All right, guys, so in this video, we're going to do some more word problems that pertain to solving linear systems. And if we look at number 3, it says, the school that Maria goes to is selling tickets to the annual talent show. And it says, on the first day of ticket sales, the school sold 9 senior citizen tickets and 11 child tickets for a total of $82. Okay, and the second thing I'm telling you is the school took in $75 on the second day by selling 5 senior citizen tickets and then 12 child tickets. And it says, what is the price of 1 senior citizen ticket and 1 child ticket? Okay, whenever you're doing word problems, I highly encourage that you start by writing a let statement. Write a let statement for what you're trying to solve for. In this question, what are we trying to solve for? You could usually find that by reading the last sentence of the last question. We're trying to find the cost of 1 senior citizen ticket and 1 child ticket, 2 different things. So let's call X the cost of a senior citizen ticket. And let's call Y, let Y equal the cost of a child ticket. And what we're going to do is we're going to write equations based on what they're telling us. They're giving us 2 different pieces of information. How much money we made on the first night and the number of tickets we sold, and then how much money we made on the second night and the number of tickets we sold. So let's try to set this up. Let's try to write an equation for our ticket sales on the first night. Okay, so what they're telling us is on the first night we sold 9 senior citizen tickets and 11 child tickets and made $82 total. Okay, so if I'm writing this as a linear equation, I know I sold 9 senior citizen tickets, and for every senior citizen ticket I sold, I made X amount of dollars. So I'll have 9X for the money I made from senior citizen tickets, and then 11 child tickets. On top of my money I'm making from senior citizens, I'm also making money from child tickets. That'll be 9X plus 11Y is equal to 82. When I add the cost between my senior citizen tickets and my child tickets, I get a total of $82. Okay, so this is my equation for the first night. Okay, now let's do the exact same thing for the second thing they're telling us, our ticket sales from the second night. On the second night, the school took in $75, okay? $75 is my total, and I had my total as the last thing written in the first equation, so I'll keep it over here for the second. And I sold 5 senior citizen tickets. Remember, senior citizen is X. I'll have 5X. And then 12 child tickets, plus 12Y. When you add the costs we made, or the profit we made from senior citizens and children, we get a total of $75. That's how I get my 2 equations. So now what I have to do is I have to solve both these equations, or I have to solve for X and Y in both these equations. A couple different processes you could do. You could use substitution, but I think elimination is probably the easiest, even though we don't have the nicest numbers in the world. So what we got to do is we got to figure out, okay, how can we eliminate one of these variables? And I'm going to pick the X to eliminate. How could I change these numbers in front of the X to make them either the same or the opposite? So I asked myself, okay, what is the least common multiple between 9 and 5? And the least common multiple between 9 and 5, I believe, is going to be 45. So I asked myself this question. How do I change a 5 into a 45? Well, what I have to do is I have to multiply this entire equation by 9. I'm trying to change this 5x into a 45x, so I multiply the entire equation by 9. So I'm going to multiply this 9 to every single piece in that second equation and see what happens. I'll have 9 times 5x, which is 45x, plus 9 times 12y. Always use a calculator if you're unsure. 9 times 12 is 108y. And it's equal to 9 times 75, which is 675. Okay. So I multiplied my entire second equation by 9 in order to change this 5x to a 45x. Now what I gotta do is I gotta figure out, okay, if I'm looking at my top equation now, how do I change this 9x into a 45x so the x's eliminate? This time I'm gonna multiply my entire top equation by 5. And watch what happens here. This 5's got to distribute to every single piece. 5 times 9x is 45x. Plus 5 times 11y, which is 55y. And it's equal to 82 times 5. 82 times 5 is equal to 410. Okay. So why did I do all that? Why did I multiply both these equations by seemingly random numbers? Okay, after I scale both of these equations up, what I notice now is that I have a 45x and a 45x for both of my equations, and which means I have the same coefficient. Okay, I did this so I could eliminate my x and make this one big subtraction question. Okay, same coefficient means you can subtract. We're trying to get rid of the x. So when we make this one big subtraction question, what happens? The first thing I'll see here is I'll have 45x minus 45x. If I start with 45x's and I take away 45x's, I'm left with 0. The x's eliminate, which is exactly what I want. I want to get rid of one of my variables. I got rid of my x's. So I keep going. I do 108 minus 55. 108 times minus positive 155, positive 55. 108 minus 55 is equal to 53. I'll have 53y is equal to 675 minus 410. 675 minus 410 is equal to 265. Okay. In order to solve this, I'll divide both sides by 53. 265 divided by 53. And I'll get y is equal to 265 divided by 53. I should get exactly $5. Okay, so what I just solved for is I solved for the cost of a child ticket. Now, in order to get the cost of a senior citizen ticket, I just pick one of my equations, whichever one I like better, and plug 5 in for y, and then solve for x. Okay, so I like the second equation a little better. I'm going to rewrite it. I'm still going to start with a 5. I'm still going to have an x. I'm still trying to solve for senior citizen ticket cost. Still have a plus. Still have a 12. But instead of writing y, I know that y is equal to 5, so I plug in a 5 for y, and it's equal to 75. Do a little bit of math. 5x plus 12 times 5 is 60. Equals 75. Subtract 60 from both sides. 5x is equal to 15. Divide both sides by 5. And I should get x equals $3. So what do I know? The cost of a senior citizen ticket is $3. The cost of a child ticket is $5.